Imagine this. You're on a call with a client, a partner, or a team member who doesn't speak your language. Normally, you either need an interpreter, you slow everything down, or you keep switching between translation apps. The tool that solves this problem is called Palabra, and before we go deeper, let me show you a quick demo directly on their website. Here, we can choose any language, say a sentence, and Palabra translates it almost instantly. Hello, my name is George, and I'm testing how fast this real-time translation works.
مرحبا، اسمي جورج، وأنا أختبر مدى سرعة عمل الترجمة الفورية هذه.
So instead of typing text somewhere or waiting for captions, you can actually speak, and the translation happens right away. And that's the main idea behind Palabra. You add an AI bot to your Zoom, Google Meet, or Microsoft Teams meeting, choose the languages, and it translates the conversation in real time. So you speak your language, the other person speaks their language, and both sides can understand each other while the conversation is actually happening. And this is what makes it interesting. Palabra is not just a text translation tool. It is not only showing subtitles on the screen, it is a real-time speech-to-speech translation platform, which means it listens to spoken language, recognizes the speech, translates it, and then outputs translated audio for the other side in real time. So in this video, I'll break down exactly how Palabra.ai works, what it is built for, who can benefit from it the most, and whether it actually makes sense for real meetings, online events, live streams, offline events, and even developer use cases through the API. By the end of the video, you should have a clear idea of whether Palabra is just another AI tool or something that can genuinely remove one of the biggest problems in international communication, the language barrier. So first, what exactly is Palabra? It is a real-time speech-to-speech translation platform built for live conversations, and this is different from normal translation tools. So the basic idea is simple. Palabra listens to the speaker, recognizes the speech, translates it, and outputs translated audio for the other person in real time. And according to Palabra, this full process, speech recognition, translation, and voice output, happens end-to-end in under 1 second. Palabra also says they built their own ASR model, which means their own speech recognition system. And this matters because if the system understands the original speech correctly, the translation becomes much more reliable. Inside the dashboard, we have different options for webinars, meetings, offline events, live streams, and API access. But for now, I'll go into Translate Meetings, because this is where the meeting bot setup happens. The workflow is very simple. You paste your Zoom, Google Meet, or Microsoft Teams link, choose the languages, select the voice, and start the session. After that, Palabra creates a translation bot, and that bot joins the meeting to translate the conversation in real time. Here, we have two main modes, conversation and presentation. Conversation mode is for two-way communication, so both people can speak in their own language and both sides hear the other person translated. This is useful for sales calls, client meetings, interviews, support calls, one-on-ones, or any situation where the conversation goes back and forth naturally. For this demo, I'll use conversation mode. I'll paste my Zoom meeting link here, choose my language, choose the language I want to translate to, select the voice, and then create the translation bot. Now, Palabra is creating the assistant. After a few seconds, the translation becomes active, which means the bot is ready to work inside the meeting. And now, inside Zoom, you can see that Palabra joined the meeting as an AI translator. So, we have me in the call, and we also have the Palabra bot listening and translating in real time. For the test, I'll just say 2 simple sentences. Hey, can you hear me clearly? I'm testing Palabra inside a real Zoom meeting to see how fast the translation works.
Salut, est-ce que tu m'entends clairement? Je fais un test de traduction en direct dans une vraie réunion Zoom pour voir à quelle vitesse la traduction fonctionne.
This setup could be very useful for international clients, remote teammates, interviews, or any conversation where both sides speak different languages.
Ce dispositif pourrait être très utile pour des clients internationaux, des collègues à distance, des entretiens ou toute conversation où les deux parties parlent des langues différentes.
And this is the key point. I'm not typing anything into a translator. I'm just speaking normally inside Zoom, and Palabra is handling the translation as part of the meeting. That's what makes this different from a normal translation app. Now, the meeting bot is great for direct conversations, but Palabra is not limited to one-on-one calls. The second feature is for larger online events. Things like B2B webinars, company all-hands, online conferences, training sessions, or presentations where one speaker is talking to a larger audience. And the idea is very similar, but the use case is different. Instead of two people speaking back and forth, this is more of a one-to-many setup. One person presents, and the audience can listen in the language they choose. Here, the interface is very similar to the meeting translation setup. We still choose the mode, select the original language, choose the target language, and create the session. With presentation mode, one speaker talks and the audience can receive translated audio and real-time captions at the same time. Now, after meetings and webinars, the third feature is built for a different type of use case: live streams and broadcasting. This one is especially interesting for content creators, streamers, online educators, and companies that already stream content through platforms like YouTube, Vimeo, OBS, Cloudflare, or similar streaming tools. The idea is simple. You send your stream into Palabra, and Palabra creates multilingual output in real time. So instead of streaming only in one language, you can make the same live stream accessible to people in different languages at the same time. Here, Palabra calls this the multilingual broadcaster, and as we can see, it's built to go live in 60+ languages. So the goal here is not just captions, but a full multilingual stream experience. To create a stream, we click Create Stream. Now we need to choose the stream input type. Here we have a few options. RTMP is the common option used by many streaming platforms and tools like OBS. In simple terms, it's the standard way to send your live stream from one app to another. SRT is more focused on stable, high-quality streaming, especially when the network connection is not perfect. We also have Camera plus Mic, which uses your webcam and microphone directly, and Microphone, which is audio only. For this quick demo, I'll choose Camera plus Mic because I want to show both the video and how live speech can be translated and displayed in the player. Let's call this stream Test. For the language setup, I'll choose English as the spoken language and Korean as the translation outcome. Then I'll create the stream. Now, Palabra opens the stream dashboard. Here we have a few important tabs: stream routing, translation, and audio. In stream routing, we control the input source and the outputs. In the translation tab, we can see the translation languages. Here, Palabra detects the spoken input and creates translated output for the selected language. And in the audio tab, we have audio controls. The input is my camera and microphone, and below that we have outputs. By default, we already have translated captions, and we can also add more outputs like RTMP, SRT, or player. For this demo, I'll add player because it gives us a shareable player link and an embed code. That means we can open the translated stream in a browser or embed it inside a website. This is useful when you need to sync translated audio with video, adjust the translation delay, control how much of the original voice remains in the background, and choose the translation voice. At this point, Palabra is receiving input from my camera and microphone, so I'll open the player and say a simple sentence in English. Hello everyone, this is a quick live stream test with Palabra. I'm speaking in English, and the platform is translating my voice in real time.
안녕하세요. 이것은 팔라브라를 이용한 간단한 라이브 스트림 테스트입니다. 저는 영어로 말씀드리고 있으며 플랫폼이 번역하고 있습니다. 제 목소리를 실시간으로요.
And now you can see the translation appearing live in the player. So for creators, this is probably one of the most powerful features, because your live stream is no longer limited to people who understand your original language. You can take one stream and make it accessible to a much wider global audience. Now, the fourth feature is for in-person events. So far, we looked at meetings, webinars, and live streams, but Palabra can also be used when people are physically in the same place. For example, conferences, corporate training sessions, panels, trade shows, workshops, or even church services with multilingual audiences. And this is a very different use case, because normally, if you want live translation at an offline event, the setup can get complicated and expensive very quickly. With Palabra, the setup is much lighter. For this quick demo, I'll create a simple test event. I'll call it Test, add a short description, choose the date, time zone, and duration. Then I'll create the event. Now the event is created, and inside the event we can create the first translation channel. This is where we define the actual input and output. For the channel, I'll again keep it simple. I'll name it Test, then I'll select English as the spoken language and Chinese as the translation language. Then I'll create the channel. Now we can see the channel inside the event. On the right side, we can start the event, and there is also a share option. This is where the offline event workflow becomes interesting. Instead of giving people special hardware, Palabra gives you an invite link and a QR code. So we can simply scan this QR code, let's say with our phone, open the event page, choose the language, and then listen or read the live captions. Now I'll start the event. So imagine I'm sitting in the audience at a real event. I just open the link, choose my language, and now I can follow the speaker in real time. For the demo, I'll say 2 simple sentences in English. Hello everyone, welcome to this live event. Today we are testing real-time translation with Palabra. The audience can scan a QR code, choose their language, and follow the speaker directly from their phone.
大家好，欢迎来到本次直播活动。今天我们将测试 Palabra 的试试功能。观众可以通过扫描二维码参与，他们可以选择自己需要的语言，并且可以直接通过手机来收听演讲。
So we can listen the text, and the phone shows the translated text in Chinese as well. So for offline events, this can be a big cost and logistics saver. Now, besides the ready-to-use products, Palabra also has a developer section. And this is important if you don't just want to use Palabra as a meeting or event tool, but you want to integrate this translation technology directly into your own product. So for example, if you're building a video platform, a meeting app, a customer support tool, an education platform, or any product where users speak in different languages, you can use Palabra's API instead of building the whole translation pipeline from scratch. Here, we can see the real-time speech translation API. The idea is that developers can access Palabra's speech recognition, translation, and voice output through API integration. There are examples for different programming languages like Python, JavaScript, Java, and more, so developers can quickly understand how to connect it. And of course, to use the API, you generate an API key. This is what authenticates your requests, and Palabra also reminds you not to expose the key in client-side code, which is important for security. There is also a real-time text-to-speech playground. This is useful if you want to generate spoken audio from text, test voices, or build first voice experiences. You can enter text, adjust settings like volume, and test how the speech output sounds. Before we leave the platform overview, there are 2 more features worth mentioning separately: voices and glossaries. And these are not only for the developer section. They can be used across Palabra's products, so they matter for meetings, events, streams, and API workflows. In the voices section, you can use built-in voices in different languages, and there is also an option to create custom voices if you have the rights to use those recordings. This is useful when you want translated speech to sound more natural, consistent, or closer to a specific brand voice. Then we have glossaries. Glossaries let you control how specific terms are recognized and translated. For example, if your company has product names, technical words, industry terms, or brand-specific phrases, you don't want the AI to translate them incorrectly every time. So you can create a glossary and make the translation more consistent across different Palabra products. So let me make this concrete. Who actually gets the most value from this? First, sales managers and account executives. If you close deals across countries, Palabra can help you speak with international clients without bringing an interpreter into every call. For this, conversation mode is probably the most useful because it handles normal back-and-forth communication. Second, HR teams. If your company hires internationally, runs cross-border interviews, or trains global teams, Palabra can help with both interviews and onboarding. Conversation mode works well for interviews, and presentation mode makes sense for training sessions or company-wide meetings. Third, event organizers. If you run conferences, panels, workshops, corporate events, or trade shows, Palabra can reduce a lot of the traditional interpretation setup. Instead of booths, headsets, and a full interpreter team, attendees can scan a QR code and follow the event from their own phone. Fourth, content creators and streamers. This one is very interesting because creators usually publish or stream in one language, but with multilingual broadcasting, you can make one live stream accessible to people in other countries without re-recording the same content in multiple languages. Fifth, product managers and researchers. If you run customer development interviews with international users or prospects, Palabra can make those conversations much easier. And according to the brand, this is one of their common use cases. And finally, developers. If you are building a product where real-time speech translation, captions, or voice output matters, you can use the API and bring Palabra's technology directly into your own platform. Now, let's quickly talk about pricing and how usage works. Palabra runs on a credit system, so instead of paying separately for every single feature, you buy a monthly credit pack and then you spend those credits depending on which product you use. Different products can cost different credits per hour, so a meeting, a broadcast, or an event may use credits differently. So before choosing a plan, it's worth checking which products you'll use most and how many hours of translation you actually need. And by using my promo code and create 30, you can get 30% off. So if you want to try Palabra, check the link in the description. Use the promo code and create 30 for 30% off and test it with your own meeting, stream, or event. So is Palabra worth it? If you regularly work across languages, whether that means calls, online meetings, live streams, offline events, or even building your own product, then yes, genuinely. The strongest part for me is not just one single feature. It's the fact that the experience starts to feel normal. You're not constantly stopping the conversation. You're not copying text into a translator. You're not waiting for someone to manually interpret every sentence. You just speak, the other person speaks, and Palabra handles the translation in the background. And that is the whole point. So for businesses, creators, educators, event organizers, and developers, this is definitely a tool worth testing. If you found this video useful, please thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel because I'm reviewing more AI tools and real-world AI workflows like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.